But how will I know which way to go? Choose yourself first. The rest will follow your light.
Trust in yourself, Koda. That is the first step. In a world where the flora glowed like fallen stars, Leo the lion and Koda the koala lived as brothers. Leo was strong, yet he spent his days carrying the burdens of every creature in the jungle. Koda watched his friend grow weary. Leo was so busy helping others that he was losing his own light.
You must choose yourself first, Leo. If your well is dry, you cannot quench the thirst of others. But Leo believed that to be a leader meant to be a servant to everyone else's whims.
The more he gave, the more the jungle took. His silver patterns began to fade into a dull gray. Come, brother. The mountain calls for your silence, not your service. The voice sense a duty. The path to self-restoration is narrow and often lonely. I cannot leave them. They will fall without my strength.
They will find their own strength, or they will find another. But you only have one life.
With a heavy heart, the lion chose the mountain. He chose the silence over the praise of the crowd. Higher they went, leaving the suffocating heat of the jungle for the cool embrace of the heights. The eagle of the peaks does not ask for permission to fly. It simply expands its wings. Leo did nothing. He simply existed in the space he occupied. Paradoxically, by choosing himself, he inspired the entire jungle to do the same. He gave from his overflow, never from his essence. By choosing himself, Leo was finally becoming the beacon he was meant to be. Strength returned not from the gratitude of others, but from the respect he gave himself. To lead others, you must first be the master of your own internal kingdom. The vision was clear. A lion who knows when to say no is a lion who can truly say yes.
Now you are ready to return, not as a servant, but as a king.
He walked down the mountain not out of guilt, but out of a surplus of energy. A badger blocked the path.
Leo, carry my stones!
Leo simply shook his care is not selfish. It is a prerequisite for survival.
The monkeys tried to reclaim his time, but Leo's boundaries were now as solid as the mountain. He stopped when he was tired. He ate when he was hungry. He chose himself.
Paradoxically, by choosing himself, he inspired the entire jungle to do the same. He gave from his overflow, never from his essence. As the shadows lengthened, the jungle felt more balanced than ever. You were right, Koda. The world didn't fall apart when I sat down. The world only falls apart when you lose yourself in the service of others' expectations. Every soul is a flame that must be guarded, or it will be extinguished by the wind. He was no longer a beast of burden. He was a creature of purpose. When you value yourself, the world eventually learns to value you too. Boundaries are the gates that keep your inner garden blooming. A leader who chooses himself first creates a culture of self-respect. The chaos of the valley had been replaced by a quiet, rhythmic order. They walked not as master and servant, but as two whole beings sharing a path. They returned home to the great willow, where the air was thick with ancient wisdom. Rest is the final victory of the self. It is the acknowledgement that you are enough. Do not let the world tell you that your needs are secondary to its demands. Your first responsibility is to the life that beats within your own chest. Choose yourself. Not out of spite for others, but out of love for the soul. When the lion chose himself, the whole jungle found its way. Choose yourself first. The rest will follow your light.
I will choose myself, Leo, and your light will shine. But how will I know which way to go? Choose yourself first. The rest will follow your light.
Trust in yourself, Koda. That is the first step.